welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes. We are currently in our 7840 and we're heading down to the BGA with the small conveyor belt that we already own. That is because the onions are the right place to sell today, which is absolutely brilliant news. I'm very, very happy with that. We also actually have two other sets of crops that will be ready to do today. The wheat that we have stored, that is all ready to sell as well. The same goes for the oats that we have in storage as well. We're not got a huge amount of those, but yeah, we've got some oats that should be ready as well today. First though, we got to get into here and open this up. It's quite an awesome thing to be selling off these. So we've got the carrots over here. These are going to be ready to sell tomorrow. We've got the oats here ready to sell today. We do need to get a conveyor set up for both of these to do. So let's do this. And what I'm actually going to do is we're going to do this in two stages. We're going to head down to the shop. We're going to go and buy ourselves a conveyor belt. Let's hop into this though and fold it up. And once we've bought a conveyor belt, we are going to go and sell some stuff using our trailer. So what I want to do is get myself in a position where we have all of the equipment on the farm that will allow us to get our selling over the next couple of days going well. So in fact, actually, best thing for us to go and do first is to head back down to the farm, fill up our trailer with some wheat and then some oats, and get both of those sold first, I think. And my reasoning for selling off the wheat and the canola first, before we go any further, is because we need about £135,000 to get fully set up today. Without getting to there, we won't be able to buy everything that we need. We can actually afford the larger conveyor at the moment. So by working our way through this a little bit and selling off the and selling off stuff first, we should be good to go. Let's get the cover off our trailer and back this up and under here. Now, I think we have enough oats kicking around. Our horses are not eating them at a massive rate, and should be pretty good with what we have in storage. So let's take the wheat from here first. 7,000 litres of this. And the best place to sell wheat at the moment is actually Seven Valley Stores. So we're going to be going right down to the bottom. We have a high demand at the moment for corn. We don't have any of that, so that's not an issue. But yeah, we have about 6,500 litres of oats in storage, and we've got 36,000 litres of soybeans. We're not actually looking to sell those because at the moment soybeans are worth about 1,000 each. We are going to leave those on here so that if you guys want to sell those when they hit the top price, you can. Where are we? Let's find them in here. Soybeans, there we go. And you see, that will give you a massive boost at the beginning of the next year on here. So there we go. And it is just, we will include those, the price of maximum selling when we evaluate where we are at the end of the winter, and we work out what our overall price is. And so, having traveled the full length of the map, we are down to the sell point up here. We did a lot of selling up here last time with this setup, and it's been working well for us while we've got small loads like this. With the onions, where we have far more, we're going to need a much bigger setup. So that's what we're going to go and do. Let's just tip this. And yes, we are using the 7840 today because it's not been used a little bit for a while. So I wanted to get that running again. And as I said, we need to make 100 and We need to make about 135,000. We're still 20,000 short. We should be able to sort that though very quickly if we head down to the BGA and get ourselves set up to sell some of the onions. We need to look at the oats a little bit closer. We have 6,000 of them, but those might be needed to feed the horses. So we've got halfway back, and amazingly, we've just had a great demand come in from Six Ash's farm shop, and you won't believe what it's for. It's for onions. We're looking to sell our onions. Six Ash's farm shop is going to be the place to sell it with a brand spanking new great demand. This is brilliant news. We are going to make a ridiculous amount of money from the onions today now. So I've dropped my trailer off down at the BGA so that we can fill that up when we get back. But we need something to fill it up with first. So that means we're going to have to pop down to the shop here and grab ourselves the first piece of new equipment today. So we'll head into the shop. And under here, we want conveyor belts. Over here, belt systems, and we're going to take the Grimmy Quantum, I think here will be the best choice. So yeah, this should be perfect for us. This is 38,000, so this is our first purchase today. Let's buy that. We've wanted one on the farm. We use one every year. It's worth us owning that. And we are at 79,000 at this point. Now, what we need for our second purchase today is 95,000. So that's what we're aiming for. I think it's going to take us maybe 3 to 4 loads. In fact, I think we might get away with 3 if we're lucky with our trailer. But we've got to get this back and start getting these trailers loaded. So yeah, let's head back to our let's head back to the BGA and see if we can set ourselves up with this rather nicely. Because what we're going to do later today is actually going to be massively useful for the farm. Now we're back at our sheds down at the BGA. We want to bring this in here, and we can't reverse these with the setup on this, which is the only thing that really annoys me. But we can take this off here and get this tractor out the way and get the rest of this set up. So bring this in here, start the engine up, and bring ourselves over like so. And then that will hook up to there, hook these two together, and then we want to bring this up here and that out basically as far as it will go. Should do us fairly well. Right, and then I want to turn it on. And that starts pulling in the onions. We'll get this one open. That way we can do that. I think there's a really nice setup I could do with to get stuff piled in here in the first place. Now that we own this one, I think what I would do next is probably get one of the tipping ones and get that over there. What I'm really hoping actually, I don't want this series to end. I know that a lot of you guys don't either, and I'm really hoping that if GB brings this to this map to FS19, what we might be able to do is continue this series. If I can get this set up in FS19 with everything here, that would be absolutely awesome. I would love to see this continue in that. It might take a load of mod conversions on my end, but should be okay. I'm just going to move this. Now we're at full extension here, but we are going to need to move this more into this pile here. I'm actually slightly concerned about how much has already gone. I thought this was going to take 4 loads. It's not. We only have 14. We got more than this up here, surely. Wow. Right, let's get the rest of this trailer filled up. It may be that we don't buy the second item today because we need to hit 95,000. I'm not sure that there is actually 3 loads full of onions here. And the trailer with our first full load is done. Let's go see how much 14,500 litres of onions gets us. I think this is only going to net us about £5,000. If so, yeah, it's going to take us 3 loads to get... No, 4 loads to get where we want, because we're just shy of 80,000 at the moment. And we're coming up to the stores now. In here somewhere is going to be what we want. Over here. Yeah. And this is where our great demand is. How much are we going to make off this? Is it going to give us, put us in a position where we can get the other piece of equipment I want to get today? If not, if we don't get it today, I think it's going to be something we get next time for selling the carrots, because we've got more carrots than we have onions. But it would be nice to get it today. The sun never gets very high in the sky at this time of year. Winter, middle of winter especially, we only get a few hours of daylight. Onions going in, prices going up, 84,500, 4,726 is falling a little bit short of what we need to do this in 3 loads. It's gonna be 4. So let's check in on a couple of loads time and see exactly how close we are with our 3rd load. So our 3rd load of onions fell just short of 95,000, and I've actually checked the cost of what we want to purchase, and it's more than 95,000. Actually, with the setup we want is 100,050. We don't have it. This is 89% full. This is the last of the onions. It's our 4th load. And I'm actually slightly surprised. I didn't remember having so few onions. But 20,000, yeah, just under 20,000 is what we're going to make on the onions today. I'm really, really pleased that we had the great demand for them, because obviously that means that we have made more than we'd expected to make per trailer full. But we are still quite a way short of what I expected to make overall. Yes, there has been a huge demand for onions. Unfortunately, we didn't have a huge number of onions. How much we're going to end up with? I think we're probably going to end up with about maybe £98,000 worth, or £98,000 overnight. With the cost that comes in from our allotments, we will probably end up passing that 100,000 that we need to buy the new pieces of equipment I wanted to get today, which will be very useful, because next time we've got a slightly larger number of carrots to get sold. So let's just tip this in here. Let's see how much we make from these onions. So close to passing that threshold, but they should come out, and yeah, we've made a decent amount of money. I mean, it's not like we've not made a good amount of money off our onions this year, and they've more than paid for the harvester that we bought, I think, which is great news. So there we go. Actually, slightly more than I expected. 99,102. We are only just shy of getting that new piece of equipment. So if you want to find out what it is we're going to be buying, tune in next time, because overnight that's going to go over the top and give us the amount that we want. For now though, we're going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.